wonderful effort.
Here we go. Dragons and the Titans on Saturday night, round number 1. And it's the Gold Coast with Phil Sami giving it to Mo Fotuaika, who was back to his best in 2023. The Gold Coast, just 9 wins last year, but so many games they had a lead and a comfortable lead and couldn't get it done. Tino now is playing it on tackle number 2. Chris Randall has won the starting dummy half roll ahead of Sam Verrills, who we'll see a little bit later. That was Beau Fermor getting his first run under his belt. That will feel good to him, missing a season with an ACL. So Liu starting tonight. Here's a strong run down the middle as the first set is completed. Keanu Kinney, the man in number 1 who just hit it up then, 19 years of age. And Sloan, little bobble, and holds on to it.
Yeah, I want to see a big improvement from him. A wonderful attacking player, Sloan. It looks like he's put on a few kgs too. Defensively, he's got to be good.
Tino puts a shot on Ravalawa. Ravalawa stands up to it though. And here is a penalty. So the Dragons, this is a terrific start. They'll get to go right on the attack while we've got a moment. Let's say hello to you on the sideline, Corey Parker.
Evening, gentlemen. Yes, perfect conditions down here on the sideline. Both these teams, there's huge expectations coming into this season as we see the replay. Big Tino trying to assert his domination in that middle. New faces, new coaches, new standards, striking all the right positions here this evening. It should be a really, really good contest. A nice, fast pitch. Watch these two teams go at it.
Thank you, Cos. Now Moses Suley, as impressive as any of the Dragons in the trials. He's the first to hit it up as Flanagan dishing off for Frank Molo. Wrapped up by Fasuma Alawi and also Liu as it comes out to Flanagan. Looking up with Eisenhuth, 5 years at the Storm. Goodbye for the Dragons. Up quickly as Little finds Sloan. Oh, picked up and driven into the ground. Randall. Wonderful technique, but the Dragons are closing in as it comes out to the Bellin. Now it's Flanagan, keeping it going for Sewer, changing the angle, then the flick. It's lost backwards by the Bellin. It's play on for Eisenhuth. Oh, he almost gets there. And in fact, will get over the line. And they'll bring this back most likely to the 10-metre line.
Yeah, Weaver coming into the side for the Titans. He's going to be put under the pump. Eisenhuth straight at him early in that tackle count there. He did well, the young fella, but he's got to aim up, roll the sleeves up. He's going to have plenty of traffic coming at him.
Something's brewing on the right here. That's where Flanagan goes. Sends it to Hunt. Hunt delays the pass. Oh, Faitala Mariner gets the pass to Sloan. Dances along the dead ball line and scores. What a start for the Red V. It's Sloan with the 4-pointer, but that's terrific teamwork. Yeah, the Dragons blocking.
Yeah, great support play there again. They just come down the left-hand defence there. I said where Weaver is defending, and the offload. Faitara Mariner with the offload to Sloan, just sniffing around the big forwards. It's a beautiful offload. Let's have a look where he comes from here, Sloan. Goes straight through Mariner. Just speed, hasn't he, at the back for the St George Illawarra side. Sloan, once he got the ball, great anticipation, just exploded onto the footy. That's a great start here. One-on-one, Faitara Mariner on Kelly, the offload. And Sloan with that speed opens the scoring for the Saints.
Yes, Tyrell Sloan. It's a big year for him under Shane Flanagan. He played all but one game as a starting fullback last year, scored 10 tries and a perfect start for him. But Raymond Faitala Mariner, he was a Bulldog until 5 weeks ago. And what an impact he's had. And the kick is good here from Zach Lomax, so the Dragons ahead of the clock. 6 points to 0. Corey Parker.
Well, it's a very impressive start, isn't it, as Flano looks on to be happy with what he's seen from his team, particularly in that opening exchanges. He was really concerned, well, not really concerned, he really wanted to highlight that physicality from his team. And talking in depth to Flano in the pre-game, he was speaking about just they needed a really hard, strong off-season for the likes of that man there, Sloan, who's come up with the ball, Suley, and these guys. Their body shape is absolutely terrific and really starting to show here in the opening exchanges.
It's very easy to notice, Corey, some of these players, yes, they look so much fitter than in previous years. And with the Dragons now, full running early. So one chance and they've capitalised. Little sending it to Flanagan. Sloan getting it on here to a hard-running Sully, looking to get up quickly. Dragons doing things at pace early. Braden Sewer wrapped up on tackle 3 with DeBellin in the front row tonight. 3 years since he's returned. Final year of his contract. 34 years of age. Eisenhuth was in Melbourne's best 17 last year. And he made the play it on the last. So Hunt, there's plenty of air, lots of distance on it too. And that's Alofi Khan Pereira swamped by the Dragons' defence.
That's what I'm looking forward to now. The first real opportunity that we can have a look at the Dragons' defence. They were brutal against the Tigers in the trial. 4 on the tackle there.
So now it's Phil Sami counting it up. With Randall feeding it on. Brimson. This is where he can be dangerous. Down the middle, really looking for work. And he was claiming that should have been a penalty. Or 6 again. It was outside the 40, but no action one way or the other. And it's Tanner Boyd in the number 7 role, giving that plenty of height. Time here for Cleese Haas to close in on Ravalawa, but big Fijian winger takes it nicely.
Yeah, you can't allow him to wind up to, or I reckon that'll be in the game plan. When you kick to him, make sure you got a good chase. Ravalawa, once he winds up, he's a hard man to stop. They've done a good job on him early here.
Coming off 21 tries last year, even in an ordinary Dragons season, still found a way to cross the try line regularly. Now, here's another penalty. We saw what they did the last time they were given a penalty. So Beau Fermor giving that one away, and the Dragons a chance here to really put some pressure on.
They've got to try and win some tackles here. They're getting both hands up there. Quick play the balls here from the Dragons. Have already won a couple of penalties for their ability to get to their feet quickly.
So Bird. Oh. Long run, that running over Brian Kelly. Comes to Hunt. Frank Molo. Drop down low for Tuaika. Hunt again at first receiver. Linking up with Flanagan. Oh, Sewer dangerous. Sloan was just half a step back, but here's Flanagan now rolling forward. DeBellin inside the 10. He's going to be contained with 2 tackles left here for the Dragons. What's Little got in mind? He comes back to the left for Hunt. Flanagan, he dummies and just taken by Haas. Boyd there as well. Final play. Gold Coast reeling. Well, Molo first receiver. Sloan, the grubber, pinballs. Kelly comes up with it, and that's play on. Big escape from the Gold Coast.
Yeah, a little bit of luck there. Ball ricocheting off a couple of players there. Sloan got the ball on the last tackle with a grubber kick in and behind. The Titans hang on. Another good set there from the Dragons.
There he is, Des Hasler. And those Gold Coast colours, the polo penalty. A little momentum changer here. All red V. First 8 minutes, the Titans get their first penalty.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit of a help too. They've been struggling to get off their own line. Speed of the line here from the Dragons. Taramoa just jumps the gun there, gives away the penalty. Let's see what the Titans have got now. Straight in the attacking zone.
Well, the thing about the Titans, attack often not a problem for them. Let's see what they've got here. Their first real chance to impose themselves. Otuaika returned to Origin last year. Just to carry it up. With Randall, Boyd, and then linking up with Tino. Strong run from Asua Maalawi, as usual. Now Liu lining up, but he's the decoys. It comes across to Weaver. Away to Kinney. Little live wire, Keanu Kinney. Backsland well. Back it comes for Weaver. Weaver for Liu. On to Tanner Boyd. AJ Brimson looking for a little opening. That's just not there. Now it's Tino. He's going to try and go through the front door. One play left here for the Titans. Weaver Weaver with the little kick. Oh, Sloan looked like he was stuck in quicksand momentarily, but most importantly, came up with it.
Yeah, he did well at the back there. The ball looked like it was going to bounce away from him. Good anticipation there from Sloan. I think the Titans have got to come away with something a little bit better than that. Let's get the ball in the in goal. There's a solid tackle. That'll be Randall.
Randall, you helping there as well. Bird. And he gets up. That was a strong shot. Oh, there's a heavy hit here. That was Fotuaika, but nice offload, Eisenhuth. And that gets him an extra, 10 metres or so through Little. That kicking from about halfway. The chase of Lomax. Oh, they let Lomax take it. And then what about the physicality? That's a live ball. It's still the last Faitala Mariner. He'll need to get rid of it. There's no one to give it to. Oh, now he offloads and finds Sami. Oh, look out. Sami, he can wind up and just held on to by Sloan.
Yeah, he was off and running there. Sami. Sloan out of position now. A little bit slow to get back. I wonder if they'll pick it up.
Wow, Lomax, that was tremendous stuff from him, but now a penalty to the Gold Coast. This is going at a helter-skelter pace. And now it's the Titans who again will get to travel up the northern end.
Very hard. Lomax did well too. We know what a wonderful catcher of the ball he is. The flick back on the inside, it went backwards and then bounced forward. Couldn't come away with points there. Hovering around again is Sloan.
Well, apparently he doesn't want to be a winger block. He looked all right there, didn't he? Zach Lomax, and then the return of serve from Sami. So 2 penalties apiece with the Titans. Going down the middle through Liu. Perfect conditions here. Boyd into Cleese Haas. Randall, Latino takes on Sloan. Sloan needs help and gets it. That was Eisenhuth and Sewer. Another 6 again. Making it hard for themselves, the Dragons. Fermor knows how to score a try. Taken by Faitala Mariner. Now it's a little craftiness from Fotuaika. Almost got there. His opposite number, Molo, stopped him. Titans looking likely, but Lomax was the man who got his fingertips to that. Should be a fresh set, and it is. So a knock on against Lomax as Kelly tries to do it himself. Titans all of a sudden looking likely. Randall. Now comes here to Tino. And understand why the crowd thought the Dragons weren't exactly onside there. As it comes to Liu, and he's picked off. Still 3 tackles left. It's about the 3rd consecutive set, as now Weaver takes them on and is brought down. Sloan, important. Eisenhuth as well. And that is Randall trying to get that down, but it looks like the Dragons have that one in hand, but it will go upstairs.
I've held up no try.
Yeah, it was the first real test there for the Dragons. Their on-goal defence. A couple of repeat sets there to the Titans. They're all over the shop there in that set. Nothing really planned. Randall tries to go from dummy half. Nothing doing there. Flanagan comes up with the tackle, rolls him over.
Chris Randall maintains possession.
Held up.
Yeah. The ball does not get to the ground and the tackle is complete. We have a decision.
I'd say he actually did well to hold on to it given the circumstances. So they've got 2 tackles left, the Titans.
Yeah. Wait, Chris. Wait, Chris.
In fact, that will be the 5th
tackle,
now.
wait.
So 1 tackle,
Wait
and
for the
that
board.
ticks over.
5 and last, nothing late.
Liu first receive. Boyd second receive. The stack kick tucks in behind Sloan. Work to do for Sloan. And he does that work well.
Stand now, here we are. Hold middle, hold. Go.
So they've done well to absorb all that pressure, the Dragons. Skating there for a little while.
Release now on the mark, Jack. That's you.
Tyrell Sloan with the try.
Milking. Tackle 2, you can't take out the marker.
Ziggy there with the warning. Lomax nearly over his 10.
That's where he'll be invaluable here. Big size, big back 3. There's a good run there from Lomax. Just getting in and rolling his sleeves up.
Illawarra turned over. The kick now comes. He's going to find the grass. And Kenny takes this. And look at the Titans start this set. So he's certainly muscled up defensively there. Kelly. Bird rushing up to meet him first. 2 meetings last year, both early in the season, 1 win apiece. And that's Furmore. With Weaver chiming in a dummy half. Liu has been busy early. Keenan Palacia is 13. He'll come off the bench. Now Tanner Boyd taking the line on. Last play, so Weaver will again do the kicking. Now this is the Sami side, but he's out-jumped by Ravalawa.
He didn't throw that much at him in that set there, the Titans. A little bit of indecision through their halves. Someone's got to take control here for them. Big Tino and Fodawaker are doing the job for them. They're laying the platform, but they need something on the back of it.
Dragons lost their best player, Blake Laurie, best player last year, player of the year. He was a withdrawal as it goes through the hands. Just slick stuff, Sloan getting it on the Bird. Bird keeps it going to Lomax. Lomax can wind up. He's got Weaver covered. Now the kick in field. Bird coming through. Great scramble, Tom Weaver. Exciting stuff from the Dragons.
Yeah, that's a big effort to get himself back there, Weaver. Some good stuff. They're trying to shift the ball early here in the tackle count.
This is the 7th. My goodness. This is side to side, and now Brimson will go down the middle of... That is where he is so dangerous. Holding on Eisenhuth and Little. Kelly now with just a little bit of room to work with. Lightning quick play the ball. Kinney passing it to Fotuaika. The play the balls of both sides have been extremely quick so far. It's an easy one for Lomax. And he'll happily bring this one back.
Interesting change for Des Hasler and the Titans. Sam Verrills has gone on for Isaac Liu. We would have expected Keenan Palacia to come on, but he's gone with Verrills instead. Some fatigue starting to set in. Maybe he wants some good fast leg speed.
It's interesting, Corey, some of the comments from Des Hasler as the Dragons bring it out. Chris Randall's actually bulked up. It's expected he's going to play a running role while Verrills is in the game and spend quite a bit of time on the field. This is a strong run here from Sewer. So he comes out now.
Then Hunting
Kicking before the last, and it's just going to harmlessly roll into touch. Probably a well-earned break for both these sides.
I reckon both sides will be happy about that. Have a little bit of a breather. Gee, they're dangerous on that left-hand side, the Saints, although they've made a couple of breaks down the other side with Suley and also Sewer. There's the coaches there in the box, pretty nervous, I would say.
I'm guessing, Glock, no matter how long they've been doing this, this is a nervous moment for the pair of them. Shane Flanagan quoted in the last couple of days, suggesting there's a lot of work to be done at the Dragons, but he believes they're ahead of where Cronulla were when he took over there. And the Sharks, under Shane Flanagan, missed the finals the first year, but then after that, a very, very successful run. Tina Fa'asuama'alawi brushing aside Sua. 6th run for Big Tino. Now comes across here to Fotuaika. It's a great 1-2 punch. That gets the Titans to the end of the set. Completion rate's outstanding. Titans perfect. Ravalawa again takes it comfortably. Oh, Tino first to meet him, but Ravalawa went away from him, but not too much further. Lomax swallowed up. Look at that, Dragons completion rate's very good as well. And it's not as if they're not playing footy, these sides. Moses Suley now. Leaders hard to come by here for the Dragons. Michael Molo.
Yeah, good to see Suley putting his hands up. Yeah, the criticism about him has been he doesn't get himself involved enough. That's not the case now. He's had a lot of good carries early.
By Taylor Mariner. Oh, intercept but put down. That was a try. That was a try down the drain. Alofia Anakan Pereira has has missed out there. Might be getting a couple of consolatory words from Jack Bird.
Like he did all the right things here, just flicks the ball up with his left hand, and then the juggle. Probably gone a little bit higher there after he knocks it up with the left hand. Juggles it, a little bit unfortunate that time.
20 tries last year. That probably should have been one this year, but not quite sticking. Hunt gets the ball in time.
It's been a dominant performance so far in the first 20 minutes here from the Dragons, but the Titans might be happy it's only 6-0.
Well, penalty. This is hurting the Titans. Third penalty they've given away inside Dragons territory. Just such an easy passage out for St George Illawarra. Sully.
Gee, looks well, doesn't he? Hey?
Looks keen. 30 metres away, the Dragons with Flanagan across field and finding Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth, he ran over Weaver before finding Faitala Mariner. What game Faitala Mariner's having. They can't stop his passing. As it comes to Lomax, Kelly wants the steal. Lomax knew what was on there. Eisenhuth. He can offload too, but not on this occasion. 10 metres away. Little for Hunt. Hunt onto Flanagan. Oh, they read that magnificently. A.J. Brimson. Now Michael Molo. Back towards the middle into Fotuaika. Last tackle here. Little short side. Flanagan through the hands. Stewart keeps it going. It was all a little much. And it's a changeover.
Yeah, they got it in their face there that time. The Titans' defence not waiting for the St George Illawarra side to take it to them. It was all started by a great tackle from Brimson. Come up out of the line, made the decision.
Play the ball.
I think it was on
Play the ball.
Flanagan, that tackle. There's the last one. It's great defence there from the Titans after a slow start.
Michael, move. Here we are, Tom.
Midway through the first half here. Sami, one of the better ball runners in the game among
Get up, square
the
on the mark,
wingers
Bill.
in the NRL.
Ball.
Basu Matlawi.
Tom, release. Give
One of the problems for the Titans over the last 12, 24 months when he's off. But he will spend a lot of time on the field, you would imagine. Kinney keeping it going for Fotuaika.
Jack, get up.
Now here's Sam Verrills. How refreshing to see him back. So many collarbone injuries the last 12, 18 months. And Tanner Boyd, all the time in the world to put that high into the air. Oh, that is allowed. The referee has
That's a penalty.
suggested Brimson's timing was perfect.
He's tackling when he hasn't caught the ball yet.
Brimson was looking at the referee waiting for the penalty.
Stand, go. Half hold. Wait, Tom. Go to.
There's the slow-mo. Oh, but hang on. What compounds that, what should have been a penalty, is a Dragons knock on. Now the Titans with a great chance.
Yeah, it's a great chance, but you've got to do something with the chance and the opportunity. The Dragons losing the football. I think it's Bird that lost it. There's the fumble. Sticky conditions, I would imagine, up there. There's the drop ball, but you got to try and convert that into points.
20 metres away. They've had 14 tackles in the Dragons, 20 for no result. That's Tanner Boyd going out here to Keanu Kinney. And they had a player taken out. That's going to be a problem for the Dragons. Tanner Boyd, you saw on the ground.
Who was it? Penalty. Who was it?
And we'll wait to see a
Go again.
replay here. Doesn't appear we'll have any further action.
It's all turn. This is going to be a tap here. Make sure you're wait, Tina. He's in front of you. When you're ready, good to go.
So Sloan. You see the contact there, not much in that, but the penalty here for the Titans. Verrills. Little potential out the back play, snuffed out quickly. Eisenhuth all over Fotuaika. Centre field for Verrills. Throws to Boyd, the cut out to Tino, and Ravalawa jamming in and making an excellent tackle. Here's Verrills throwing it out now to Boyd, who keeps it going to Weaver. Out to Fermor.
Get up now.
Dragons handling this easily so far. It comes back to Weaver at first receiver this time. There's Randall on to Boyd, the little grubber. It slips by Flanagan. Ravalawa there to save it and tap it out the back.
Yeah, that's a problem when you haven't got your normal 5'8" there in Kieran Foran, and also for Feeder. They just lack that one strike player. They've been pretty ordinary in attack. They've forced the issue. Got a lot of opportunities to score, but they just can't. I don't think it's great defence from the Dragons, but Titans not throwing that much at them.
Time to run.
Hunt leads the bounce, it would seem. Oh, it was close, but it was short.
Contestable kick. It could have gone 10. Changeover.
So that'll be Gold Coast ball. This is the tweak to the rule. What was a penalty is just going to be a straight-up changeover.
Foot to line, back foot.
Not of great consequence here. So, Cleeshas playing it for Verrills. What have the Gold Coast got here? Fotuaika.
Ray, get up.
Michael Molo down low. Faitala Mariner there as well. So much football down this end. And again, the Dragons doing an excellent job getting up in the face.
No tackles.
One of the big Titans, although that cost them a set restart. Boyd for Randall. Now away from that dummy half roll.
On the line. No
Another
tackles
6
there.
again here. Verrills goes himself. Verrills is almost there. Scored a try in a grand final, this man.
You're on top there. Goal.
Randall back for Tino. For Asuma Alawi, they've got him again.
Never
They've
down.
got the Titans again,
tackle
second time. A Gold Coast player has been held up.
They're just trying to barge their way over, aren't they? There's no finesse with the Titans play. That's the second time they've been held up over the line.
Wait. Marcus, push up. Time on, tackle 2.
You see the amount of set restarts. It's not bothering the Dragons at all right now. Weaver to Boyd. Boyd, then the floater for Sami. Ravalawa comes across. Sami inside him, then inside Eisenhuth, then inside another with Michael Molo. This is a great run, and finally brought down by Faitala Mariner. Verrills. Oh, he gave it to a man who was under siege there. Randall, players all over him. And that is deflating for the Titans.
Well, they got off their line and put the pressure
out
on.
of a corner. Where do you want the scrum? Ben
Run
Hunt.
from dummy half like that and put a
Where do you want the
pass
scrum?
up to a bloke that close to the line. Good defence again by the Dragons. Flanagan might have given him a little bit of a gobful there. But the Dragons hang on.
They are steaming off their line, the Dragons, to put pressure on. Boy, it's a Flanagan team, all right. Now, NRL 360, of course, back regular time, Monday to Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight. You got Braith, you got Kenty, you got Gordon Tallis and Phil Rothfield, and all the usual guests as well. And with the late breaking news and opinions in the game, NRL 360. So 13 to go in this first half. Still just a one try, and it came so early. 3rd minute, Tyrell Sloan. Hope you're enjoying Super Saturdays. We return to normality on Fox League.
Stand now, Tino.
26 more of these to go. Now it's Jaden Sewer.
Tanner, get up.
Moses Sully has been really gunning for work.
Nothing late.
This one will allow Lomax to catch it this time. He can't haul it in as he was trying to fashion an offload at the same time as he was trying to catch it.
He's been good, Surly, hasn't he? I haven't seen him have this many carries so far. in his career. 9 carries already for 86 metres. He leads the way quite comfortably for the Dragons, getting involved at the back end of the field.
Something has changed with Moses, hasn't it? Because we saw this in Mudgee, this exact performance. It looks so fit.
Well, Dan, we always saw plenty of ability, but it was his involvements in the game. But now, he's been their best player on the field so far.
Average last year 118 metres for a full game, so looks like he's on track to go well past that tonight. Fermor now with Verrills thinking about running. Going to Weaver. Weaver onto Randall. No foreign, of course, tonight. Verrills out of dummy half. He liked the look of Eisenhuth there and took him on. Moved up by DeBellin. Kinney, haven't seen him in the clear yet. With the high one put up by Boyd. Brimson coming through. Oh, he had a crack at it, but a penalty coming anyway.
Off Dragons into Kyle.
So
Off Dragons into
offside.
Kyle. Offside.
Now, are they going to challenge this? Kyle certainly wants to challenge it,
Well,
and he's convinced Ben Hunt to go upstairs.
And Sloan saying that he didn't, to his captain
Dragons
Hunt,
are challenging the on-field
didn't
ruling
touch
of
the ball
offside.
there.
Thanks, mate.
So this is our first captain's challenge for the night.
Well, if Sloan hasn't touched the ball, it's
Clear
play
all
on.
aspects of play leading up to this.
Looks like Brimson had a real
The
crack
ball
at
is
it.
lost backwards by AJ Brimson. Just
it?
making sure the ball doesn't come off Jaden Sullivan. So
Yeah. So here we go again. Well,
comes off the thigh then of AJ Brimson. Possession is gained by Kyle Flanagan and the tackle is complete. The challenge is successful.
Yeah.
Win the challenge.
Our eyes do not deceive us, and that is Dragons ball.
Got to be 100% sure in that situation there. And Sloan was quite adamant. He didn't touch the ball.
We're here, Kyle. 4 out. Yep. Wait there. Let's go.
So challenge one, and of course they still retain it.
Time on, Kyle. Time on.
Ravalawa, nowhere to go for him. I sense fatigue might start to play a little role here. It's already been quite an open affair despite the low scoreline. Lomax, his 10th run, so he certainly has not shirked it. And no markers. That's a gift for Jacob Little. Closed down.
Yeah, you
By Palacia.
talk about fatigue starting to set in. That's the first run there from Little.
Again, kicking from just shy of halfway. Lofi Camperera. Ooh, is that a little lazy left arm there from Michael Molo? Camperera certainly playing the part. Right now it's a play the ball.
Tackle one here, Lofi.
And it will stay a play the ball. Unless something really emerges out of this. I'm not even going to ask you what you think, Steve Roach, because I know what your answer is going to be.
It's just wrapping action. Gee, I hope we don't see players staying down now. I hope they're not told to do that.
If you heard the crowd there and thought, ooh, I might get a penalty out of this, because there certainly was a murmur. But we continue. Former Bronco, Keenan Palacia.
Good to see the ref back himself there. So I didn't see it high. Play on.
This is Fermor. Now it's Palacia. On to Boyd. Boyd giving it on to Cleese Haas. Basically starting second row at the back half of last year, Cleese. Palacia, grand final player for the Broncos. Verrills. The Boyd, familiar play, the high end over ender. Does bring Sloan forward and he puts it down. Oh, look at AJ, pumped up and trying to lift his teammates.
Trying to do everything he can too. He's chased well. He's made a couple of long runs out of first receiver in the middle of the field. This time, kick chase. Sloan with the knock on under pressure. Geez, they're giving him some opportunities. The Titans good enough to score, but
Those kicks, you could say, are somewhat innocuous at times, but when you've got AJ Brimson bearing down the way he does each and every time, it's always a challenge for the man at the back. Now, Gold Coast, what have they got this time? They've got Weaver out to Kelly. Plenty of defenders out there, though. The Dragons knew exactly where that was going. As the Titans open up the right side. Perhaps something went awry there for the Titans, judging by Kelly and Kinney having a little conversation while the ball was being played. Tino now in front of the post. Verrills, he tries to fool them, suggesting he may run. He passes. Kinney now runs into a dead end, but he can stop and he can start. He can go straight through. Not this time. Goes Masua with the tackle. Verrills to Haas, and Haas almost there. 2 tackles for the Titans as Boyd goes to the juggling Weaver, and Weaver cut down. So again, it looks like it'll come down to the kick. Boyd high, targeting Ravalawa. Sami coming through. Oh, Ravalawa just stuck an arm out, and that is a knock on, and that's another chance coming for Gold Coast.
I'd like to see that again. Unless he's dragged the ball forward, and when he tries to take it, Ravalawa goes up.
He's not going to win that one block. You might be right, but they can't, I don't think, challenge that one.
Tell you what they've got to do, the Titans. On their right-hand side, it's a second man for a second-man play. They've got to come up with something different. So easy for the St George Illawarra defence there on their left-hand side. Haven't looked like making a break there.
Well, you see that, the error count killing the Dragons on that score, but they've kept their line intact. And Kelly was sprinting across as it comes out to Brimson. Throws it to Pasua Matalawi, and eventually will go down here. Hey, Bird all he can handle, but Little and Hunt combining to finish Tino off. Fermor in a dummy half to Palacia. That's Viliami Fafita in the game, number 16 for the Dragons with Michael Molo. Verrills, but discombobulated with Fa'asua Ma'alawi, so he'll go himself and gets to within half a metre. Just 6 to go in this first half. Boyd. For Kinney. Kinney to Weaver, 3-on-3, the snap kick, here comes Carl Pereira! And the Titans are on the board. It's a lovely kick for the try-scoring machine, and finally Gold Coast get their try.
It's the only way they're going to score, from a kick. Well done there by Weaver. Just come back in field. Keeney it was with a good run. And here they go, they set themselves up. Just a different play that time. Cutting back on the inside, Keeney with plenty of speed. Weaver sums it up. Caught flat-footed up in the line there. Khan Pereira, we've seen his speed the last couple of seasons. He gets there with the try. Well done there from Weaver. Held his nerve. Great bounce. Titans are finally in.
You can see on the Harvey Norman replay, good anticipation from Khan Pereira. Something a little, you said, something a little different. Well, that was something different. That's a big moment for them just before halftime. The Dragons have done so much defending. 75% of the game has been in Gold Coast attacking half. Dragons have only had 43% of the ball, so that you've got to think they've used up some petrol. And Khan Pereira, runaway #1 for the Titans last year and on the board first this year.
They made 8 errors in the first half after a great start from the Dragons. 8-2 the errors. I mentioned the Titans not throwing that much at them, but their completion has been high. Kept the pressure on.
Handy goal kicker, Tanner Boyd. Just to tie things up. And did not strike that well at all. So the Dragons maintain a slender lead, 6 points to 4. Corey Parker.
Yeah, it needed to be something very different, didn't it, from the Titans if they were going across. As we have a look at the coaching staff and Des Hasler, what's going through his mind at the moment? Offensively, they have looked very flat, very one-dimensional, but it was the play here in Kinney who's been elusive to come back against the grain to find Weaver, puts a beautiful little kick in for Khan Pereira, who gets their first try. 32 times in this half they have been tackled inside the 20-metre zone of the Dragons to only come up with one try with 4 minutes to go before the half-time break.
It's indeed. Kinney, by the way, was the Queensland Cup Grand Final Player of the Year, Duncan Hall medalist in a losing side. That goes to show what sort of game he had for the Burleigh Bears that day. Having a little impact there, an effective impact, a positive impact. Tino for Asul Malawi, put on his back. That's his 14th run, Tino. There's Furmore driven back, and the Dragons here, that try has just sparked something. They've again gone back to racing up in defence. Kinney, looking for a little opening now, perhaps sensing some tired defenders. There's Verrills out to Randall. Bit of room for Randall up the middle. Molo there, in fact a pair of Molos making the tackle. Straightforward one here for Ravalawa. No problems this time. Back to the Clive Churchill studio. The halftime analysis of this one very much up for grabs. I think most expected this to be the case. That whichever way it went, it was going to be pretty tight. Sloan to Hunt. Getting it on to Bird, holding on. Biliame Fafita moved to the Dragons from Manly midway through last year. Seems like it's been a while since the Dragons have been over halfway with the ball. Jaden Sewer takes a risk, and that is going to be a knock-on.
Previous tackle was for.
They did well there, the Titans defensively, to get in behind.
Okay.
I know that they
Lock on.
all want to offload the football when they've been able to stand in tackle. Sewer this time. The defence of the Titans get in behind the ball. Force the error, another error.
It's pretty obvious, Block. Dragons need half-time.
I reckon they might get their first spray of the season too, Flanagan. Well, they've looked dangerous on a number of occasions when they've been down the other end, but being able to handle the ball in their own half has been ordinary.
So now it comes from Weaver out to Kelly, the delayed pass. Kinney's really trying to inject himself, but they've handled him reasonably well. Very well, actually, the Dragons for the most part, as Kelly now out of dummy half. 90 seconds left in this first half as Weaver throws to Randall. Another run from Tino. Easily over 100 metres. Here's a run. Verrills almost to the 10. This could be a huge moment of the game right here as Randall throws to Tino. Tino with the pass to Weaver. Hunt rushing up. Weaver getting it on. Furmore slipping a pass. And is knocked backwards by Kelly. That gets them one more play. As Boyd towards the posts. And Sully, hands above his head. And the Dragons now look like they might just hold on to this lead into half-time.
Yeah, they don't want to make a mistake here. That was a great take by Sully. Right above his head there, fully stretched. Clean take. Saves the day there for the Saints.
Titans have completed 23 sets, Dragons just 12. But it's the Dragons in front with Lomax now brought down. And getting it on for Vita. And this likely to be the final play of the half. I've got something fancy here. Hunt goes for a little run himself. Brought down by Weaver and also Furmore. And this is tight. One try apiece on the coast. It's St George Illawarra jumping out to an early lead and holding on to lead the Gold Coast Titans 6 points to 4. That is the halftime score.
Just need a little bit of spark. Will it be Brimson for the Titans that can get them home?
Oh my goodness! Hello 2015. Ben Hunt puts that one down. Well,
gee, that would have been all the rage too about ball control at half-time from Coach Flanagan. They made a number of errors. Here's the drop.
That's eye of that one. I'm not sure that had the Kyle Felt touch on it. Just a little wobble there from Tanner Boyd.
It's a bit more embarrassing than anything.
He's got the right. It's happened a couple of times since, and he's got the right smile on his face. No right smile on Shane Flanagan's face. So the Titans pick up from where they left off. Another chance. Ryan Kelly. Out it comes to Weaver. Getting on to Randall. Now very much in the back row role with Verrills in the game. Comes here to Palacia. Dumping it off for Tino. Been close a few times for Asur Ma'alawi. The Bellin rolling him over. Out it goes for Boyd. Back for Brimson. Kinney was just in front of Brimson there, so Brimson had no option but to take the tackle. Now Palacia started from the bench. Should be nice and fresh. Driven back here. Michael Molo and Jacob Little. Last play. It's Boyd. The high one here, Sami. That's not going to get anywhere near Sami. That's a poor kick and a terrific take from Sully. And look at him sprint to the 20-metre line. Look at him go. Moses Sully gets it onto Zach Lomax. Brushes aside from Kelly. Gets rid of Palacia. Sparkling footy from the red V.
Yeah, sensational stuff there from Sully. He took a great one mark in that first half. When the pressure was on, there's another one. Got on with the game. That's the main thing. Sprinted to the 20. Good understanding with Lomax. And they're off and running the Dragons now.
That was all because of the effort of Sully. And now, that's a run here from Frank Molo and a fresh set. This is precious attacking field position for the Dragons as Flanagan turns it into Michael Molo. And they get inside the 20, where they've had it just 11 tackles. DeBellin. Oh, Sewer. Doesn't connect. Now Brimson. You can't sleep on AJ Brimson. He just feeds it on here to Fermor. Helter-skelter to start this second half.
2 errors already. One drop ball from Hunt and then passing up the line when the defence is right on you. You're better off taking the tackle. Errors are mounting now for the Saints.
So Sewer, you know he can run that hard line, although he seemed to be well covered there.
I don't think the pass was that good. Hit him in the shoulder. Soft hands are needed, that sort of position.
Asur Ma'alawi over halfway. That's right, number 17. He's Verrills, only the one marker, and that was Faitala Mariner. And Verrills helps himself down the middle. Kinney dummy half on the last. Boyd, the familiar bomb. Ravalawa, nowhere to go. Down to you on the sideline, Corey Parker.
Yeah, just some word coming out of the sheds at half-time. Flano obviously, was really happy with the way his team started, but wasn't happy with the way they finished. In regards to their errors, 9 errors to the Dragons in that first half. He wouldn't be happy with the way they started, as you touched on, Blocker. 2 errors to start this game. He was impressed with the intent of the team, and they just want to get back some possession, as we see. A little bobble there from Molo. As for Des Hasler, he was extremely happy with his team. He said, it's round 1, back ourselves, wear them down, and if we win on the scoreboard, that's all we need to do. Wasn't over concerned about not scoring points, wasn't over concerned about not coming out with the big flash play, was really happy with his team's application.
Thank you, Corey. So here's Keanu Kinney now. He slips away briefly. One try apiece. Both sides have pretty handy draws actually to start the season. There is an opportunity to really get off to a good start. Gold Coast actually have the bye next week. Dragons had the Dolphins, North Queensland at home. They'll be gifts, obviously, but it's Verrills playing it here.
And 40 caught him out there too from dummy half. He's got a great sense of when to run, Verrills. Been a different side for the Titans since he's been on the field. Push up around the ball when he does make those darts. Not wait for the next play.
There's Lomax. Doing a fair bit of this from him. That'll get him to 150 metres. So he certainly has rolled his sleeves up in the wing position. Ravaloa. Middle feeding it on to Sewer. Driving run to halfway. DeBellin for Hunt. Now by Taylor Mariner. Certainly had an impact early when the Dragons had some attacking field position. Hunt working the skinny side. And Lomax. That was always going to be tough. And that is going to be a changeover.
Well, the great thing is he's competing for the ball. He's arriving at the right time. We know how good he is in the air, Lomax. That time he knocks it on. Kenny's not the biggest of fullbacks. You can try and jump over the top of him. I suppose that'd be one of the plans. Doesn't come good that time.
See the sweat pouring off these players, and we've only just resumed 6.5 minutes. Oh, and that's the effect. It's a wet ball. It's tough conditions, and it's Kelly giving the Dragons a scrum on the 10.
Well, we've mentioned in the game the speed of the line here of the Dragons. They've been up in the face. Just tried to change direction a little bit too early. Kelly, go back in and behind the ruck. You won't get a better opportunity than this to score first in the second half.
And there's Pat Carrigan, former, current Ronco, former teammate of Keenan Palacia. There you go. The Prince of Palmy. AJ Brimson sitting on the throne. Or was that gentleman there? Here we go with the Dragons. And it's Moses Sully.
Give us at least a wave, big fella.
Well, the camera was there. Now it's Flanagan. Flanagan dummies it, goes through and scores. Kyle Flanagan is over. Dragons debut. Points to the emblem. Dragons score first in the second half.
Well, they did exactly the same thing in the first half, and they scored early. All from the mistake at the back there from Kelly with the drop ball off a ruck. Flanagan looks up and he sees Haas, I think it is. He was looking in and then tried to adjust through the dummy. Fermor caught ball watching. Flanagan straight through, won't get an easy one than that. Points to the Dragon. Put it down to the Titans. Not being able to get and making errors early in the tackle count. Let's have a look at Fermor here. We're looking out at the second man play. Good speed from Flanagan.
Well, the Dragons have had just 13 tackles in Gold Coast 20, and they have 2 tries. As we look at the Harvey Norman replay, there's a man happy in more ways than one. Dane Flanagan. Son Kyle, here at his 4th club. It was unhappy at Canterbury, 3 years there, just didn't happen. Finished as a backup dummy half.
Always great to see the halves with an opportunity to run the ball like that. Just looking up in the middle third of the field and seeing a forward there overreading, thinking the ball's going to go at the back. Flanagan saw that straight away, took the gap, beat his man on the outside.
Still just 25 years of age, Kyle. Remember, this all started with Ben Hunt dropping the ball off the kickoff, but the Dragons extending their lead in the early stages of this second half as Lomax makes it an 8-point game. Corey Parker.
Yeah, the Dragons off to the perfect start. As you mentioned, Ben Hunt dropped the ball, but they are able to get back up the other end from an error from Brian Kelly. And off the back of that, some really good shape, coming in. They've got bodies in motion, players going everywhere. And Kyle Flanagan, I spoke to Benny Hunt before the game, and he was talking about how Kyle Flanagan and his combination is starting to grow, particularly at training. Is able to take a lot of pressure off Benny, and you were able to see there And just a little heads up, boys, those Prince of Palmy is a self-proclaimed name that AJ's giving to himself. There's a number of shirts getting around with the Prince of Palmy, Palm Beach, that is.
Oh, I bet. That looks like a nice little merchandising opportunity, Corey.
You reckon self-praise is no praise?
Yeah, but if you can sell it for $30 a pop, it'll do. By the way, as the Dragons work this out, get back to the real friendships, the real teamwork, the real skills in 2024. John, the thousands of players already registered, and don't miss out on the unreal fun that is Club Rugby League. It's great community stuff too. Visit playrugbyleague.com to register now. Tell you what, I hope we get a cut block. Geez, we've given that Prince of Palmy t-shirt some advertising. Now is Frank Molo. AJ. Right in, he might be in the centres, but he's trying to involve himself in the game at any opportunity. It's a deep one, this. And perfectly... Oh, hello. It's been called caught in the in goal. Kinney judged to have had a foot on the or behind the line and on the ground. And they're going to... Yes, they are going to challenge this, the Dragons.
Ash, talk to me.
It did appear his foot was up.
Okay, where is it? Okay, you're going to be your play the ball, tackle 0. Right here on the goal line. No. Yep. Yep. Play the ball here. 0 tackle.
Well, hang on, that's a disadvantage for Gold Coast. Kinney's done nothing wrong
Doesn't matter,
here.
0 tackle there.
And now they have, he would have had a chance to, well, he's on the 10. He's on the 10, so he would have had a chance there to run had that not been pulled up.
Stand down.
You see pretty clearly the decision needed to be overturned. Anyway, no great damage done. Doesn't have to do much of this because the Titans essentially have had the ball at the right end of the field. And it's Palacia. Oh, this is a hard-running man, Aaron Clark. Always brings a bit of energy. Possible second phase play when he's in the game. Look at Barrels go out of dummy half. Kinney to Boyd. And Boyd with Clark, the man leading the chase here. Oh, he made contact with Sloan, but referee judging Sloan jumped into Clark.
He's done well here and dropped one so far, a big bomb. Sloan's attacked the ball. The Saints just rolling the sleeves up, rolling down that middle.
I wonder if the best thing to happen to him was getting that try first 3 or 4 minutes, really boost the confidence, Tyrell Sloan. Dragons here with Bird. Easing it towards halfway.
He's got good late footwork at the line, hasn't he? Zach Lomax. He leads the way, 166 metres. Hasn't shirked his responsibilities.
That is an enormous set restart. That would have been tackle 5 coming up for the Dragons. And here's Frank Molo. His 8th run of the night. So Dragons... a real purple patch right now with Hunt laying the pass. Vitala Mariner got over the top of Weaver, but Kelly cleaned it up with Fermor. They're going after Weaver now, the Dragons, as Hunt allowed to roam, finding Frank Molo. That's the 10-metre line. Hunt now for Sewer. Ooh, Sewer wrapped up. That's a great tackle by Brimson, one-on-one against the bigger man. Here we go, the final play. Hunt. This could be tricky. Here comes Lomax. Oh, he didn't quite clean it up.
Ash coming to tackle 6.
That would have been quite spectacular.
We have a knock on from Zach Lomax in the in goal.
I'll tell you what was good about that set. Hunt injecting himself.
Didn't he just?
3 touches in that set. Can smell a victory here.
Well, the question, I think, Block, did Lomax knock it forward?
Cleared all aspects of play leading up to this.
And then, of course, what happened after that?
Zach Lomax touches the ball first and loses it forward.
Okay, well, that's the end of that.
I reckon it went forward first touch and then went back.
So I think Shane Flanagan knew that too. And there was a sense of inevitability about this. So, Gold Coast 20-metre tap. And they are an emboldened team at the moment, St George Illawarra. They've absorbed so much in defence, and their confidence right now is pretty high. Look at the bunch nature of the Titans players. He's sapping Knight. Masilla getting his first taste of the game. Getting a game tonight because Laurie, of course, injured. Palacia shoveling. Boyd going long. Brimson with a bit of space. Closed down, though. Sully and Flanagan with the tackle. Comes to Aaron Clark. 3 needed to stop him. There's Verrills for Boyd. All straightening. His second run for the night, Tanner Boyd. And it'll be Weaver to do the kicking here. Trying to get Sami involved again. Not well weighted and pretty comfortable there for Ravalawa.
Yeah, the chase has got to be a little bit harder than that. It was an easy one there. Ravalawa at the back. And Sully again. His work from the back end of the furl has been outstanding. Along with Lomax. Been virtually the difference between the two sides so far.
This is Bird. Kyle Flanagan with the try in this second half. Little running, straight down the middle. Huge gap. Now Sloan. Weaver chases. Sloan is home. Dragons are in again. Tyrell Sloan with a double.
Fantastic awareness there from Sloan just to sniff it out. As you said, it's only a little second run, but he's got speed out of dummy half. He just cuts the Titans up, and Sloan, perfectly positioned back on the inside, goes in for number 2, right through the middle here. Just a little bit of cluster of players caught at marker. A couple of blokes with their back to the play. Little sums it up straight away. Could have went to the left to Murdoch. Masilla, who was struggling on the outside. Back on the inside to Sloan. He's the speed man. And that's his second try. Can't turn you back on a ruck like that.
Harvey Norman replay. Weaver had no chance once Sloan had open space, but this is all Jacob Little. Patient, waiting for the chance to run. The former Tiger. And there's Sloan, who had his pre-season delayed, had a syndesmosis, but has come back and clearly impressed Shane Flanagan enough to hold that number 1 role, and certainly impressive so far tonight.
Well, I think Shane Flanagan will be great for him. He knows that he's got ability, there's no doubt about that, but he had to work and bulk up a little bit and work on his defence. Sometimes you need a little bit of tough love. And he goes in for his second tonight.
There's 24 minutes to go. This is shaping as a potentially great win. They've been up against it all night, and they're up now by 12, soon to be 14. You won't be counting this as a win just yet. Shane Flanagan, Lomax, expect him to swallow this up. The lead blowing out now. Dragons 18, Gold Coast 4. Corey Parker.
Well, there's no better player you want with his hands in the ball with 40 metres to run, and that's Tyrell Sloan, but it's the damage of the back 5. Jack Bird plays it here, but the likes of Sully, Lomax, Bird, Ravalawa, which creates so much fatigue in that middle third, and then off the back of that, Jacob Little able to get out of dummy half and really peel through and finds that man, the number 1, the speedster on his inside. He goes over for his double. Really nice play here coming from the Dragons.
Thank you, guys. So now they are really up against it. The Gold Coast Titans. By the way, Sunday ticket live and ad-free from 3 o'clock. Dolphins and Cowboys go head-to-head at Suncorp Stadium. Now take note, it's a standalone game, just one tomorrow. So 4 p.m. Eastern, and for Queensland, local game there, 3 p.m. is when kickoff is on. And following the Queensland derby, Roosters enforcer Victor Ratley, very special guest on Sunday night with Matty Johns. How good was he in Vegas? That's the best way to round out your Sunday. Every game, every round, live and ad-free, in play only on Fox League.
Now we'll see how hungry the Saints are. They're winning this game quite comfortably. Flanagan will be looking to see him finish it off.
So, turning it in for Bird. Now the offload for Hunt. Hunt really has injected himself, hasn't he, these last 8 or 9 minutes. Flanagan. Plenty of depth on this. Sami having to back. Thought about throwing it here, but now just muscles his way beyond the 10. Oh, Little all over him and gets the steal.
That's a big play there.
Superb, Jacob Little. Eisenhuth over the 10. Sami rushed up, but Eisenhuth can't take advantage. That's only tackle 2. Dragons looking for 3 tries in this second half. Michael Molo. He's brought down on tackle 2, and the Dragons fans here are making some noise. Little having the game of his life. Turning it in. Sully. Oh, trying to bash and barge his way over. Here's Little. Out for Molo. That's Michael Molo. Ben Hunt. Now he takes them on. Flanagan moments ago, but put down. Now a leg lift here. 6 more tackles. Titans. Can they hang on? Murdoch Vasella almost there. Damon Jolliffe in the game making the tackle. Flanagan on the angle. Back for Sewer. A beeline for Haas. Tackle down low from Jolliffe. Over the top, Palacia. Wild one. Finding Hunt eventually. Vitala Mariner. They haven't stopped his offloads, but they get him down this time. Weaver fighting hard. Careful, Tom. Ball played for Bird. He's done this before, but he's caught short. 2 tackles left. Gold Coast have to find a way to hold on. Hunt with the grubber. And awkwardly but effectively helped out the back by Khan Pereira.
Gee, that was good defence there from the Titans. They hang on. He would have backed Bird to score. That's close to the line. Strong player. Twisted out of the tackle but got caught. The one-on-one steal. What a last few minutes he's had. Little set up the try there for Sloane only a few minutes ago. Then good front-on tackle and a steal. Hunt just finishes it off. He knows exactly what to do. Just dribbles it in the in-goal area.
Good at that. Little 2 steals last year, 4 for the Wests Tigers back in 2021. So, it's all going the Dragons' way now. Well, kicking the Lomax, do that at your peril. Michael Molo. Still 20 minutes to go, but this could just about put this away. Little. Now Sewer bursting onto it. Held on though. Effective tackle from Haas. Little flat-footed Murdoch Masilla.
He loves it this close to the line, Murdoch Masilla.
Little goes long. Hunt with side 2-on-2. Now that could be play on here. It was dropped onto the boot. Not sure it was intentional. And it's called a knock-on, so it was put down by Tyrell Sloane.
I think he did all the hard work. He beat his man on the outside, but just lost the ball. He gets on the outside there, he scores. Good speed.
Ruling on field. We've got a captain's challenge from the Dragon.
Yeah, that could be okay. And that would be a line dropout if it's overturned.
Come to me after. Yeah, hang on.
In other words, buzz off. I've got it.
So certainly
Tyrell
not
Sloane loses possession of the ball, doesn't touch the Titans player.
He's kicked it before it's hit the ground.
He's required to kick the ball before it touches the ground.
I think he's done that.
He's done it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's done it.
A couple of good challenges tonight, the Saints.
With intent to kick the ball, Tyrell Sloane makes contact with the ball. We're playing on at this stage.
He's having a night, Tyrell Sloane, and this should be a dropout.
If he handles that ball there, he scores with his speed. He got on the outside of his man.
Titans gain possession of the ball.
Backs it up with
And
a
is
good
then
tackle.
tackled in goals.
Well
The
done.
challenge is successful. It'll be a goal line dropout.
The voice of Ashley Klein.
Goal line drop out. So he drop kicks it. He drop kicks it.
Got the stuff there from Sloan. There's not in a great mood. Need to get this back to Titans. Certainly gone the distance. And then they go after Lomax.
Knock
That's
on,
a
Gold Coast.
knock on.
Where do you want the scrum? Middle scrum?
It's taken him a while to get Jolliffe on the field. He's a man that come away with the ball there. It'll be long before he's in the first team every week.
So you've got Carl Pereira, who might have a leap on him, but you've got Lomax taller. Kelly was the man who tapped that.
It's knocked on by Kelly.
So be another chance for the Dragons. Time ticking away. Sully, doesn't he look poised? Here he comes, Moses Sully. Oh, he almost did it too. Held onto by Clark. Aaron.
6 more, another second grab.
Chance there. Aaron Clark. Oh, Murdoch Marcella.
He's
Almost there. Gold Coast on the ropes. Little for Flanagan. Flanagan for Hunt. Hunt on the angle. Now Sully. Oh, he's well handled this time. That's tidy work from Brimson.
He's tackled well one-on-one, Brimson, this evening.
Oh, the man had been bigger than him. Now Michael Molo with a bit of footwork. Dragons camped inside the Gold Coast 10. Little goes to Sewer. Anticipation there from Clark and not deemed to be offside. Eisenhuth for Hunt. Hunt for Flanagan. Now Faitala Mariner. He brushed away from Kelly. One tackle left. Hunt short side. The grubber. Lomax! Beautiful from St George Illawarra. And a new era dawns.
Geez, he injected himself into the game in the second half. Hunt trying to get his hands on the ball. Thought he was quiet in the first half, but this time it works for Lomax. Perfectly weighted kick, great bounce. Saints in again.
Well, there's a long way for the Dragons to go, but I think for the first time in a long time, the Dragons fans can see at the end of a long, dark tunnel, they can see a little bit of light. This has been a superb backs-to-the-wall performance. Now they're running away. Ben Hunt has really stepped it up in the second half, and Lomax gets rewarded. The effort from him. You mightn't think he's a winger. He certainly looks like one. And just make sure his feet stay in there. They appear to be in all the way.
It's a great try, isn't it? He's only run for 200 metres here. Him and Sully have been, we've mentioned it a couple of times, have been outstanding at the back. Running the ball from their own half. That time he gets the spoils. Lomax scores for the Dragons.
It was 6-4 at half-time. They have just run away with this.
It's good to see him click in the gear with their attack. Too many errors in the first half to ever get rolling.
Well, it does frank the form from the trials. And always when we see trial form, we say beware. It's just a trial, but what they're doing tonight mirrors what we saw in Mudgee. And the first miss of the night for Lomax. So still a 3-score game on the Gold Coast.
Well, there's been a lot of good performance for the Dragons tonight, and there's been a lot spoken about over the summer of that man there, Zach Lomax, going out onto the wing, which I think is a great stroke from the coach, Shane Flanagan. This evening, 19 runs, close to 200 run metres, 8 tackle breaks, now a try. a couple of line breaks. He has been absolutely right up for this challenge. Right through the trials, he's been very good. He's competed on absolutely everything, and once again here tonight.
Certainly has. So the short kick-off now. They need everything to go their way, the Gold Coast. And again, they kick the Lomax. So that tactic hasn't quite worked for the Titans. Now Eisenhuth. Raced up a point. Remember the Titans, to be fair, doing this without Foran, Campbell and Fafita. So you suspect they're going to get a fair bit better than what they've shown tonight, with Little now running out of dummy half. Campbell will be the fullback once he is fit. Well outside the 40, but placed that nicely into the corner. Keanu Kinney, a rare chance to run. It doesn't go anywhere.
Well, that's been the tough part here for the Titans in the second half. Just haven't been up the other end attacking. 22-metre line, they just haven't been able to get up there. And all the Dragons.
And the three Gold Coast players having milestone nights. It's not happening for them, including Brian Kelly, who puts that one down. 100th game for the club. Brimson's tried his guts out, but looks like he might be on the wrong end of it. Same with Isaac Liu.
Not Kelly's night here. He's made a couple of errors. Ball comes spewing out. Well, back the Dragons in to score again here.
Only 33 tackles in the Gold Coast 20 for 4 tries. It's a very good strike rate. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Now it comes across from Flanagan to Sully.
Stand now, Tanner. Here we are, Aaron.
Flanagan already got one for Hunt. Oh, Sloan's got 3. That is gorgeous rugby league from St George Illawarra. They are firing on all cylinders now. Flanagan to Hunt to Sloan.
Yeah, beautiful set play there. The speed of Sloan coming in. Players in motion. Now, Corey mentioned that a little bit earlier. Players in motion. The Saints, they've carved up in the second half. It's only 6-4 at half time. Here come the Dragons. Sit back and watch this. The speed of the young fella. Players in motion. Bang, straight through. No substitute for speed. Sloan in for number 3.
This team has not won away from home for 18 months. They are not just winning, they are annihilating the Titans now. A big statement being made here by St George Illawarra. And Tyrell Sloan, speaking of statements, now he's got 3 first career hat-trick. Well done to Tyrell Sloan.
Still plenty of time left too, Dan.
Well, they look hungry, don't they?
Well, that was going to be the thing with 20 minutes to go. They were well in front, doing it quite comfortably. But the good thing about this performance from the Dragons, they've gone on with it, right on with it. I don't think they've finished scoring yet.
Titans have a bye this week, so they can regroup. And then they've got Canterbury at Belmore. Then the Dolphins here. The Cowboys in Townsville. So that's to come for the Gold Coast. They've got to get to the end here. Not have too much more damage done. All Dragons second half. Lomax makes it 28-4. So Tyrell Sloan with 3 tries. It all started in the 3rd minute.
Yeah, as I mentioned, no substitute for speed. He's done it all. Supporting Little out of dummy half there. It's a runaway, and then this one. Perfectly set up play here. Players in motion, straight through Sloan. Goes in for number 3. Why wouldn't you be smiling, son?
17 tries before tonight in his 36 career games. And he's He's now got that up to 20. And that one needs a bounce, which is not happening. Just nothing going right now for the Titans.
It's not only the penalty on the halfway line, it's a kick downfield. It puts you straight away in the attack.
So this is the change block. This is to encourage short restarts, and that is, it's just a straight up changeover. So what? Whoa, he's hungry for dummy half. Boy, he's really hungry now. They're all lining up. Jack Bird, he's been strong all night, rushing him away.
Doesn't really have to do that much, has he, Bird? Strong player. Here you come again, the Dragons.
Molaison in the game now, the backup dummy half for the Dragons. With Jaden Sewer. His 15th run. Flanagan goes wide to Hunt. Hunt to Sloan. Now Lomax. He's already got one, Zach. Sloan to Hunt again. Frank Molo. Even the mundane plays proving difficult for the Titans. Finally, Fotuaika gets Frank Molo down. Last. Here's Flanagan back inside Lomax. Oh, he wanted a piece of the action. No, that's a changeover. Well done to the Titans holding on there.
Yeah, it's good play there from Lomax, coming in field off his wing. Trying to get the ball back on the inside. Just hang on again, the Titans.
It's been total domination, hasn't it, from the Dragons in this second half. 16 out of 18 completed sets, up against five completed sets in this second half for the Gold Coast Titans. They had one error in that first half, 22 out of 23, only 5 in the second. That's the difference.
It's amazing, Corey. At half-time, it was 23 sets to 13 the other way.
And don't forget how they started the second half, the Dragons, with Hunt dropping the ball.
Well, this is the last thing they need here. Hopefully this is just a cramp. This is just a cramp here for Kinney. Oof, you can see the muscles tightening right up. Yeah, these are the conditions where this might become routine now over these last 10 minutes. We might get a few of these. There comes the pickle juice. Told the pickle juice it doesn't actually do anything, except it's like a placebo. It tells the brain to release the muscles, but it doesn't actually. You know what? You and I are not fit for this conversation. Whatever it is, they take it. It tastes horrible and it works. Now here's Lomax. With Jack Bird making it over halfway. So again, the Dragons enjoying good field position. The young man from Thirroul, Molaison. Ravalawa. Sewer going up the edge. He and Sully so encouraging what they've produced in the early part of the season. With the halves combining and Hunt wheeling and dealing and slipping the pass. Oh, Bird couldn't hang on.
Kick dead. 20 metre. Kick dead St George.
I don't think he was expecting the ball there, Bird. I don't think he thought that Hunt could get the ball away in that position. I thought, oh, I'll get ready for the next play. Flick out the back. Bird can't handle. Played a great brand of footy in the second half, haven't they, the Dragons? Good to watch.
They've earned it. They earned this in the first half with their defence. So one game left in round number 1. Dolphins, Cowboys, tomorrow on Fox League, of course. Then we're back to the real normality of 8 games a week. Zami. To go back to play that one with Ferrells.
Connor, Tom, get up. Give me up. Back here, Michael.
So Campbell and Fafita about a month on the sidelines, hopefully forward back after the bye. And Brian Kelly now to play it on the 3rd. Ba'asur Matalawi. This is going to be another upset too. That'll make it 6 out of 7. Verrills. 3-foot away.
Last tackle, release him. Here we are, middles. Last.
Final play now with Boyd. Sami. Oh, Ravalawa, that was courageous. And he might pay the price though, falling on the broad of his back.
And look at Sloan just trying to get on with the play straight away. Marches up to the 20-metre line to restart.
And it's come out. A rare second half Dragons error there. Bird losing it. Sami now shrugging off the licence.
Get up now.
And a full set inside St George Illawarra's 20. Sami's going to get up slowly here. In
High
fact,
tackle cannot be quick, Phil.
high
Phil,
shot
can't be
and
quick. High tackle. It can't be quick. It has to be reviewed.
that was on tackle 1.
Let's go.
That would have been tackle 0, so no real cost to the Dragons here. What away. We finish with something here, the Titans. There's the board. The switch for Weaver. Weaver cutting out Randall, finding Kelly, and up there is Bird. The commitment from the Dragons continues. Liu now put on his back. Sharp play the ball. That's going to allow Verrills to run, and they've done it again, the Dragons. Third time a Titan has been held
10
up.
metres.
I'll tell you what, if anyone deserves a try for the Titans, it's Verrills.
Ash,
Held up again.
I need you to
Got
check
no try here, has he?
that the ball does not get to the ground.
Our view obscured, but it didn't look like he got there. That was
try.
great play, the ball. It allowed Verrills the
Markers went
space.
square as identified on field.
And Verrills doesn't look like a man that thinks this is going to be overturned.
The ball's up at this stage, just looking for angles to find the ball. The ball remains up, and their tackle is complete. Be tackle 1. We have a decision.
Yes. We're back to tackle 1. The markers weren't square. Yeah. Sam's got possession. Yeah. Ben, goal line.
Midway through the count here.
Time on. Tackle 1.
Titans try came in the 35th minute to Khan Pereira.
Hell!
This is Fodawaker
Release
down the
now,
middle.
he's on his feet, Terrell. Francis release. Locked in, Mo. Go, tackle 2.
Verrills. Boyd. Police Haas.
Hell! Billy Army release. Drayden. Ball.
Back here for Liu, the 250 game man.
Francis, release the arm. Isaac on the mark.
Dragons
On the line.
eating this up with a spoon at the moment. As it comes out the board. Weaver delaying the pass again. Wonderfully read. Bird out of the centres, all over Brian
Look to
Kelly.
the line. Hold. Go. Nothing late, Ben.
Weaver hurried into that. That was Hunt with a good chase. Oh, it's hit the post and out of nowhere. Oh, it's almost a try. How did Khan Pereira not get that onto the ground?
Knock on in goal. Knock on in goal.
It's a Gold Coast
20-metre
knock on,
restart.
20-metre tap.
Knock quick, Jack.
Well,
Jack, knock
looked
quick.
like an innocuous
Jack,
kick.
Jack.
You'll find it was a stool there. Just as he had the ball there, Pereira.
Being blocked. He was home, Lofty Khan Pereira. The ball hitting the post took everyone by surprise.
Hold. Wait. Hold.
Keep going with his replay. Sully again looking for work.
Get up. Sam, release.
Frank Molo with 4 minutes to go. Lomax strong. That will get him to close to 250 metres. That's his 23rd run. Now it's set on quickly. Ravalawa, just that pass, not quite on the money.
Stand now. Hold. Hold. Stand.
Sully.
Held. Last. Clear it.
It's his 20th hit up.
Sam, you're offside.
That'll be close to a career best for him. Flanagan. For Sloan. Last tackle, 2-on-2. Well, if you're going to experiment,
advantage.
now's the time to do it.
Obstruction here. You
But
can't-
the obstruction there ends that anyway. Moses Sully, most runs in a game, 20. He's equalled that tonight. That was back in 2017 in his first year of first grade as a Wests Tiger. The signs are good.
Stand now. Here we are.
Look at this. The game is well in hand and they're still racing up to put defensive pressure on. They tuned after the game.
Get up now, Jack. Jaden. Connor
We've
Mulholland.
got the team, Vonnie and the team back at the Clive Churchill studio. Good to see Mal back. Cooper Cronk as well. Press conferences, wrap up of the 2 games. Got some injuries out of that Parramatta Canterbury game. What a great sight that was at Combank. Sunny Sydney afternoon and a full house and a knock on here. A knock on here. Tough night for Boyd and Weaver. And they're going to challenge this one.
Ash. On-field ruling is knock on. Titans are challenging the
First
on-field
Titans challenge, Dragons
Tackle
2
3.
from 2. Zach Lomax, by the way, this is a career high for metres gained. His
Tanner
previous
Boyd
best
touches the ball
220. So what a
on the red
platform
line.
it's been laid on
It
here.
bounces close to the red line. We're supporting the on-field decision of a knock-on. The Titans will retain the right to challenge.
It's his ability to break tackles too. 10 tackle breaks in that.
Where do you want the
those
scrum,
numbers,
Ben?
Dan. So
Middle scrum.
it's a handful.
You retain your challenge.
We've got players breaking personal best. It's the first night under Shane Flanagan
The call
in
is inconclusive to
in the
otherwise,
premiership.
Their scrum.
You could argue that's a bit unlucky for the Titans there. They might have the same types of looks on their faces, but their feelings will be very, very different right now. How important, Block, when you've been a team struggling for a long, long time, to win the first one like this?
And with a statement that they've made too, the Dragons, they've done it well. I thought they were a little bit underdone in the first half. They didn't really attack. They made a number of errors, but they corrected it at half-time and come out. After Hunter dropped that ball from the kickoff, and then straight away after that, they have just mowed down this Titan side and done it in style.
Hard to think of a better way they could do it. All guts in the first half and now style in the second half. And here's the kick that's got Brimson on his skates. And he's got nowhere to go. The chase, it's relentless. AJ Brimson has tried so hard, but just nothing there for him.
Knew the kick was on, got himself back into position to clean up, but the chase, as you mentioned, would have been quite easy the last 5 minutes for the Dragons just to clock off. Not the case. They want to go on with this.
And this one, again, Lomax almost did it on his own. That would have been a fitting way for him to end his night. There's Frank Molo now. Angles towards the goalposts. This would really rub it in. One more try. Maleisen to Hunt. Hunt to Flanagan. Sloan's already got 3. Catching and passing to Sully. And there it is, the most runs in his career. Lomax, most metres in his career. Sloan, most tries in a game in his career. And there's still 2 plays left here. Viliami Fafita, a little bit of game time for him tonight. 4th run, 8 tackles as well. And last tackle. Running into Hunt. Rolls it in, here comes Lomax. Nice scramble by Brimson. And that is going to do it. Well, it's a long way for St George Illawarra to go from where they've been to where they want to go. But maybe, just maybe, it is time to start believing. They appear to be on an upward trajectory. That is the way to start a season and a new era under a new coach. And the joy is obvious. A statement win if ever there was one. St George Illawarra A thumping win over the Gold Coast Titans, 28 points to 4.